Hello everyone, Simon here. Welcome back to Anno 1800. Okay, we're gonna analyze the war. Analyze the war. We have uncovered a war. Hey, there's a lot of stuff on the ground here. Crazy. Ancient war inscription, the offering. A carving. Two characters come face to face. One of them is kneeling, his arms adorned with the golden bracelets typical of Wahadesha. He is holding up crops as an offering to the second figure, who bears Kidusian face markings. The carving is ancient, having lain undisturbed for centuries. On its frontispiece is a badly worn engraving, a legend perhaps.
Wahadesha folk bringing tribute to Kidusi, a testament to our proud heritage.
Okay.
It appears to be the ancient script of Mbesa. A pity it was lost in Soria's great cleansing of the clergy. The secrets we might have learned.
You don't know about your ancient
Some
script?
scholars specialize in deciphering ancient languages. They might be able to help.
Yes, maybe we just plug it into an AI and let the AI... You know, these days, AI can like look at an unknown text and just recognize the patterns in the undeciphered text. Anyway. Expeditions. The narrow send men up for a better view.
To steer us.
Great. Alright, ask the scholar.
Sources on the ancient script are few, though I'm told Wahadesha is something of a trove for forgotten lore.
Oh yeah?
Perhaps Lord Katema's advisor Binyam grew up in Wahadesha and received the finest education. He may well recognize these glyphs.
Okay. Take a photo. What is going on? The Jins
It is
don't
but
pick
a
up.
rough imprint with coarse coal, but the characters are recognizable, I think.
Alright, nice.
I expect your translation eagerly. Surely with this evidence, Lord Ketema can no longer deny the legitimacy of our claims.
Uh-huh. Alright.
Adjust elevator flap.
Deliver the transcript to Binyam at Ketema's Clipper, headed for Kidusi.
An old classmate, you say? Of course. I shall read it presently.
Uh-huh.
I have seen such characters before. A stone not far from where I grew up, tangled in the undergrowth. It was atop a cliff. If you look to starboard from the camp ruins, there should be a narrow path through the cliff to a small dell.
Really? Atop a cliff, through a narrow path leads from the ruined camp to a small dell? What the hell is he talking about? Atop a cliff, through a narrow path... What the hell is he talking about? Atop a cliff, through a narrow path that leads from the ruined camp to a small dell? Like, where's the ruined camp? Is this the ruined camp? What the hell am I looking for? Press the take photo button in the quest tracker. There's no... I don't know what they mean. Atop a cliff, through a narrow path, that leads from the ruined camp to a small dell. What ruined path? Is that a path or no? Is that a path or no? Are these paths? Atop a cliff? Is it up here? I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh. Okay, it's this thing? How the hell am I supposed to know that? Ancient stone from Mahadesha, estimated to have been built around the Golden
How nice
Age.
of you to visit. There is something I wish to show you. No, not my leg. It is healing just fine.
Uh-huh. Hold on, let me... This thing... Ah, that's a bad photo. Talk to the wounded worker.
We have a flight path.
If you are interested in the broken stone, investigate the oracle. I saw glyphs very similar there when I was younger.
Oh yeah? You lean inside the oracle and examine your surroundings by the dim light of the match. Ancient engravings, still colorful despite the dampness, depict a sheer island with priests cultivating its rocky cliffs. Atop the painting are symbols, writings probably detailing the location described. Report to the worker?
A dead end, I fear. It could be anywhere in Mbesa, but we made a copy of the glyphs for you, just in case.
Retrieve the glyphs etchings on the Mahadesha trading post. Alright, cheers bro. Hey, this guy is
Engaging engines.
he's a real
Perhaps there
bro.
are answers to be found elsewhere. I do not trust these priests. This old library dig is probably a cover for something more sinister.
Oh yeah? Alright, we can't read that. Binion's home.
What is received?
It's fragmentary, but I'm confident this is part of the legendary Oath Stone which marked Kashtan's gifting of Wahadesha to Mbesa.
Cash
If I'm
does...
right, and I probably am, this is thousands of years old. Look, 2 texts, one in each language, so the treaty can be understood by all.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If it is the same text in 2 different languages, we could extrapolate a rough lexicon of the ancient script from our far more extensive knowledge of the Kashtan tongue.
Okay. Alright. Decipher ancient and basin. Oh, we have to break the code. I tried putting the text next to each other and could understand some of the words, especially Wahadesha, whose ancient scripture I know as it's engraved everywhere on the oracle. Wahadesha, okay, it's Water Mountain is Wahadesha. We call Wahadesha the land of waters, and its ancient scripture is 2 symbols, one that looks like water and one that looks like mountains, yeah. It's Waterland, Wahadesha. This language seems to be figurative, where the words are what the signs represent. For example, represents a crate. Hence, I'm quite sure that that means goods. Crate of stuff and a stick. Another example, in the sentence, Wahadesha grows plants forever. There is this group of signs. Crops. Right, so the crates of stuff is goods. Plants. No, this is like crops. Water grows crops forever. This is crops, right? Plants indeed. As you can see, the sign itself is not enough to represent plants on its own, so the ancient script added two symbols here. The three dots to indicate plural, and the squiggly line in the end to indicate as a noun. Okay, if you say so. Right. Right. One more. In the transcript you brought me, I found the same sign. Squiggly line that indicates a noun, a physical entity. It was part of the word mountain, but can you guess what it means? Land? Mountains. Mountains? With a plural. It could have meant mountains if it had objects in between both signs, but for now we must assume that means land or mountain, maybe. Wait, what? Oh no, the three dots is plural. My bad, my bad. Three dots is plural. Okay, my bad. You're getting it. One last word before we take a break. I recognize the word oath. Right where spiral seems to refer to anything holy, pure, or at least linked to the gods. And breath face refers to speech, as it looks like a breath in a human head. Then in the transcript of the old library you brought me, there was a word.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Holy goods. Any idea what it means? Holy goods, gifts of the gods. Holy goods. Must mean gifts of the gods? No, this cannot be correct. Gods would be written spiral person plural noun verbatim. That would mean holy humanities. But this here mentions goods, so rather than the noun, it must be an adjective for ritual goods. Alright, take a break.
Ah, yes, that does tie nicely to the context. Now what about this next section?
I don't know, man. Make a decision. I found something else. Arms and legs seem to be associated with actions, verbs. Like this word in the old library transcript. Water legs, which seems to mean to navigate. And goods legs to transport. I've also identified the following word on the old stone. Plant something arms. What would you guess it means? To plant. Right, to cultivate. Almost correct. It seems that the thing indicates a direction to the top. So here, to grow seems to be a more adequate translation for our old stone. Okay. Alright, dude. I'm just getting everything wrong. Now we have this sentence. Right? Something something mountain, goods, water, transport goods, something lands, water, sun, lands. It corresponds to and Embasa offers goods of the land to Keshta forever. Can you identify the group of signs that means offers? Embasa. Offers goods. This means offers, right? A good guess. The verb crate, water, person, arms is written in a more complicated way. Here, water indicates a direction, followed by what seems to represent a human, so it's the action of providing goods to someone. Those verbs work like nouns in the end, but there is one that I have yet to identify. In the second sentence, hourglass speaks corresponds to said. I see wind face, that seems to mean speak. But what would you guess the first sign that means? Hourglass, two opposite forces, minerals. Two opposite forces, so it's a discussion, a negotiation. The ancient script seems to be made of fairly concrete pragmatic symbols like sun, arms, human, etc. So this must rather refer to some manner of item. Come on, dude. How am I supposed to know? No, I'm not supposed to know that, right? Used long ago. That, I think, is an hourglass. Why would they have hourglasses? Most probably meaning time. Why would they have hourglasses? They don't know how to make glass. Why would that indicate time? By the way, before there were hourglasses, would you need to be real careful about how you make glass in order to make an hourglass. You use sundials to tell the time. Like the sun represents time. In the real world. Most probably meaning time and derivatively indicating the past tense. Yes, that seems about right. Well, let's take a break and return to it with clearer minds. Transcription is thirsty business.
Yes. I see how that would make sense. Then that would mean that this last section is... not sure. Any ideas?
Yeah, I don't buy any of this. I don't buy any of this. We've already learned about the verbs and nouns, but there is more we can yet extract from this old stone. There's another sign. Or is that a butt cheek? That seems to correspond to neither nouns nor verbs. It appears in the group of signs. Alright. And there, the sign this... What is that? A bear claw? Seems to refer to the paw of a dangerous animal. Okay, it's a bear claw, like a lion. Hence I believe that bear claw butt cheek means dangerous, as it appears in the sentence Kashta dangerous to all. So this means adjective, right? So lion-like. There's also the same sign in the last sentence, but in another group of words. Holy speech, holy speeches, time speech. Oath that we have already seen together corresponds to the first four signs. I believe butt cheeks indicates an adjective like in dangerous. What would you say that translates to? It's spoken? Transfer to listen? Transfer, I mean, it has to be spoken. Well analyzed. Time win face is a word we already encountered before, meaning to say. By adding the squiggly butt cheek thing at the end, it becomes spoken. I encountered another word in the old library transcript that uses the same symbol. Multiple adjective. That one I would translate as rich. Alright, it could just be like many. Continue. There are a few signs I can't quite figure out quite what they represent, like dot and V. I believe that if a sign is rather small and lost its resemblance to what it initially represented, then this sign must have been often used, and its script has been simplified over the years to accommodate the scribes. Okay. For example, we find dot in the group of words goods dot lands. This group of words is present in this sentence, and Besa offers goods of the land to Keisha forever. What do you guess dot means? To. Wait, what? Why is it the and of? Goods of the land. Oh yeah, goods of the land. Okay, of. Dot means of. Precisely. Goods of the land corresponds to goods of the land, or rather farming products in our tongue. Dot works like a connection word. There are others. V meaning in. Alright, so in, and a balloon meaning by. Or is it an octopus? Like a small octopus. In and by. Now it seems that persons, characters, and proper names are not defined by a squiggly line, but by person. Also, names are written in a simplified way, but keep a meaning. For example, Tahaka the king of Keshta at that time, is written sword bow person. Funnily, his name seems to represent a knife cutting through. Maybe he was a terrible warmonger or an assassin. Anyway, there is another character named here, Shaba, written multiple of plants person. As you can see, of appears here again after multiple. What do you think her name translates to? Many of plants, rich of plants. Yeah, rich of plants. Exactly, here. Of follows many. That means many must be translated as rich. It's grammatically wrong. Rich should be written many adjective. No, yeah, many adjective. But names are clearly grammatically incorrect anyway. Well, I mean, he's many of plants. Plural, multiple of plants. We've done it. I really appreciate our collaboration here. I wrote all the rules down in a small book. It's for you. If you agree to bring it to the scholar, his arrogance should disappear for some time.
We have it. The Lexicon Yaembesa, a guide to the ancient script. Take it to the scholar. He will be positively spitting
Get
for
this
jealousy.
thing moving.
I don't
Hurry.
think...
Academic breakthroughs can suffer no...
I don't think he'll be any less arrogant than
Adjust
before.
elevator flap.
I think you're wrong about his arrogance. I think there's no limit to his arrogance. Like, you're right about a lot of things, but you're wrong
Found any
about
evidence
that.
of the ancient script? I fear my own search has been quite fruitless.
Yeah, I'm sure it has been.
A full lexicon, and in such short time? Unbelievable. Give it here. Doubtless it will be strewn with mistakes and approximations.
Yeah, no, we found a translation over in Wahadesha. we found two of the same script in the two different languages.
I have reviewed the lexicon and found no quarrel with it. You have my respect and my help with translation if you require it.
Alright, well, before I do that, let me just check this expedition real quick.
Set our bearings right.
Blood, oil, sweat, tears, release the steam anchor! Well, that was easy. Okay. Make a decision. So let's take a look at the war engraving. It represents two characters, one holding the jewelry of Wahadesha, the other looking like a priest from Kidusi and Anitoni with their facial tattoo. A bowl of plants is shown between them, symbolizing an exchange. Lexicon Yaembesa, a précis of the grammar and lexicography of the ancient script of Mbesa by Bingham the Young, as derived from an epigraphic study of the Old Stone of Wahadesha, first edition, published in Taborime, 12th year of Ketema. Nice. Hey.
Seductive charts bury my desk.
Sexy charts. Alright, lexicon. The Old Stone of Wahadesha in the year 21 of Tahaka who cuts through Keshta, dangerous to all, said, Mbesa grows plants in Wahadesha forever, and Mbesa offers goods of the land to Keshta forever. Oath spoken by Tahaka who cuts through and Shaba rich of plants. Right. So Mbesa pays Kashta tribute, basically. It pays agricultural products as tribute. Is what that stone means. Alright, cool. I can read the text above the engraving thanks to Bingham's lexicon. Year 8 of Shaba, she who blooms flowers, the queen said. So this dates from the very first years of Mbesa, a testament from the early Golden Age. The text continues. Here is the speech given by the queen. May this first trade seal the beginning of an eternal friendship between the two. Land of peoples. People, plural. Noun. That these men represent. Between the two. I'm not sure about the word here. Countries or nations seems more obvious, but that doesn't fit the scene represented on the wall. Islands? Friendship between these two. Countries and nations seems the most obvious. Human. Land of people. Many. Lifeless noun. Land of many people. Islands or countries? I mean, land of many people seems countries. May this trade seal the beginning of an eternal friendship between these two. One land. Or maybe it's island. Because it's only one land, and then there's many people. Right. A country would be multiple islands. But this is one inhabited land. But there's multiples of one inhabited land. You know what I mean? It's islands. As opposed to countries which may incorporate multiple islands. Is it islands? I thought ancient script would differentiate both words more clearly, but let's proceed. Yeah. Between the two glorious islands that these men represent, for one needs the immortality plants for their good water person noun of plant noun. I think the symbol at the end looks like a branch held by priests on in the Golden Age, a symbol of religion. At least I think I recognize offering or gift at the beginning of the word. If plant life, the plant refers to life. If that refers to special plants, then that must mean rituals. If it means life, then it means health. For one needs the immortality plants for their health. Right, that means life. An offering of life, you say, a poetic description of health indeed, so it's medicine. Very well, let us trust your instinct. We are not far from completing the text now, for one needs the immortality plants for their health, while the other, holy goods, water person, plural person, needs the fields to cultivate. That last word is plural for a group of individuals, but the exact meaning, perhaps you have an idea. I have a feeling there may be dire consequences to what we uncover here. Holy goods, water to sale, holy goods to person, action, multiple actions, holy goods to multiple persons, priests, farmers.
Experience can teach a person a lot.
Farmers would be this, right? Would be plants to grow. These are holy people. For the one needs the immortality plants for their health, while the other needs the fields to cultivate. That means priests, right? There's no way the holy symbol means farmers. That means priests. May this first trait seal the beginning of an eternal friendship between the two glorious islands that these men represent. For one needs the plants of immortality for their health, while the other, the priest, needs the fields to cultivate. This would mean that the priests of Kidusi and Anitoni were cultivating deathless grace to help heal the people of Wahadesha. I hope you consider the weight of such an allegation. Do you really think that's right? Is that right? Yeah, no, I mean, it's right. Can I look this up? Hold on, can I? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna Google this on my phone. I think I have it right. Let me just make sure I get this right. Anno 1800. Kidusi translation. What is the correct translation? Wait, what? Oh, you just picked the right one to give. You just pick whatever gives you the legendary reward. All right. Oh man, I have to answer correctly. I have to answer Bindham correctly to get the goods. Islands, rituals, farmers. Really? Islands, rituals, and farmers. Scholar, island, ritual, farmers. I think it's a lie again. The scholar suspects that it sounds strange because when it... Oh no, okay, you do this for the best reward, but it's not true. It's a lie. Islands, rituals, and farmers is a lie. At the end you get a complete transcendental scholar which you can bring the kingdom, but don't do that yet. We want to destroy a stone on the island to keep everyone. Country health priest, trigger the scholar talking about past event, questioning. Huh. No, it's country. It's two countries. They're not two islands. Hold on, let me do it. Alright, we're cheating. Try again. Alright. Continue. Continue. Countries. That seems right, but then the characters with the jewelry is from Keshta. Let's proceed. Hold on. What did we say? Countries? Health? Hold on. Yeah, country, health, and then priests. May this be the first trade seal. May this first trade seal the beginning of an eternal friendship between the two glorious countries that these men represent. For one needs the immortality plants for their health, while the other the priest needs fields to cultivate. This would mean that the priests of Kidusi and Anitoni were cultivating deathless grace to heal the people of Keshta. Ah, continue. This reminds me of an event that happened in the Golden Age, mentioned in a book in the library. It said that the Keshta king was sick, and the priests of Kidusi and Anitoni were sent to heal him with success. Years later, the Keshtans decided to pillage the granary of Enbesa to own the miracle remedy, and this marked the final loss of the deathless grace for our country. Then the war of the old library would be a testament to the story. Fascinating. Yet this would also mean that the priests of Kidusi and Anitoni were farming the deathless grace themselves, according to your translation. A statement that will certainly displease the High Priestess. Are you sure this is right? The translation is correct and the truth should be told. Then I will officially write it down. After all, we should not reshape the past to please our contemporaries. Face the consequences of the truth.
An agreement that Enbesa would send the healers of Kidusi to the ailing king of Kashta? The implications are profound and not in Kidusi's favor.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not.
Heresy! We welcome and support you, only for you to repay us with fiendish lies?
I don't see what the problem is. The scholar suggests that you deliver the translation you made to Ketima.
I knew a foreigner could never translate such a document. Go to Ketema and tell him we have proof of our ancestry and will not yield.
Right.
Should you find any other fragments, please bring them to Kidusi. I shall be delighted to decrypt.
Right, so there's something else we can do. We can find... You may now translate any fragment of ancient script. We can find other fragments. The trial, send your
Smash your
strongest.
fucking cutlass.
Report discovered. Do I want that? Sure. Okay. Any other fragments of ancient script? So, apparently if you don't hand it in yet, there's another possibility that makes them less angry.
Another fragment of ancient script for my delectation.
Alright. Decipher the scripture of the oracle. Oracular scripture. You say this inscription was found in the oracle of Wahadesha, above a depiction of priestly figures cultivating the land. How very interesting. Let us see what else this will yield. I recognize these last two symbols, the Holy Mountain. This is Kidusi and Anitoni, I'm certain of it. And was it not also on the wall inscription in the library? Right? What is that? Granary? This first part, however, I'm unsure of. I can see that that looks exactly like like the traditional stone doors of buildings from the Golden Age, but many guesses. Granary. Right, plants. Plants, goods. A plant goods house means a granary. A granary, yes, that does make sense, but the consequences, the implications for Kidusi and its faith. We need more ample proof of this, archaeological evidence. If there was a granary of this magnitude on Kidusi, there must be some trace of it left somewhere.
A granary? On Kidusi, Anitoni? Wow. If it existed, there must still be traces. Such a building must have been colossal.
Yeah.
Such a granary, if it existed, must have been older than the library. Situated in a wide open place, I think, and there'd still be traces now.
Isn't it the mausoleum? They turned the mausoleum,
The
they turned the
people
granary
celebrate your leadership.
into a mausoleum? A tomb of colossal proportions? No, it's not the mausoleum. Is this the old granary? Doesn't look like it. No. Select the location where you imagine the granary was located. Battered statue. Can't be the temple, can it? The ritual pool? Ancient scriptorium? Is there something below? Oh wow, keep digging. Crazy. Oh wow, we can keep digging? War gravings.
Aha! I think we have it. I should have known the granary would be on a holy site. A natural instinct for a land void of grain.
Analyze the
So
artifacts
vast!
in the
Such
granary.
a horde of artifacts. We must begin to catalog them, of course.
Alright. Dark vase. Burnt seeds line the bottom of the vase, probably hibiscus by the scholar's estimate. Undeciphered etchings are scrawled on the sides.
This vase. There are burnt seeds within. Hibiscus? And on the exterior, etchings. Writing. Can you read it?
Alright, clay tablet. The glyphs carved into the burnt clay tablet read, I, Gadis, am witnessing the last few minutes of my life until the goddess welcomes me. I, Gadis, guardian of the deathless graces, have failed in my duty. The enemy burns our granary, having trapped me inside with. The text resumes after illegible fragment. Seeds of deathless graces can disappear forever. Let this last testimony tell how we were set upon by the Keshtan king, who wanted to steal our blessed blossoms and destroy us. Let the Lord take me and judge all as they deserve when their time comes. The Keshtan king. Attacked them and stole all their stuff.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Alright, cool. The video's going on for a bit, for kind of long, but this is so interesting. Let me just continue this. An evasive inscription. Ceramics, a vase of intricate design, traces of fire on its outer carapace, but there seems to be something inside. Seeds, burnt as expected. But there's an inscription here. It's barely visible, but it should still be decipherable, I think. Something, life, plant, something. Now this symbol I know is a very same symbol the priest tattoo across their face. The symbol of the hibiscus flower. Wait, the hibiscus flower is the plant? The deathless grace is hibiscus? Are you kidding me? Now this first symbol, we know that this means time or past, and we've encountered that before on the inscription on the wall. If memory serves, it meant life, or was it faith? Plants of eternal life? Plants of the future, not plants of eternal life. Of course, the upright hourglass here must mean the flow of time, but an hourglass on the sides means that the flow has ceased. That time has halted, the symbol of eternity coupled with the symbol of life. The deathless grace. This is a vase where the deathless grace seeds were stored, and if the inscriptions are to be believed, then these legendary flowers are none other than the hibiscus flowers. To think that the priests have kept nurturing and cherishing the flowers despite having forgotten their purpose. This is fascinating. You must ask the High Priestess if she knows of this. Question the High Priestess.
The priests cannot have lived here so long and not known of this. Had we not thought to dig deeper? I sense a hidden agenda at work. You should confront the High Priestess.
Alright. Hey, lady.
So you have found it. Perhaps it is best. Secrets weigh heavy, and I weary of deceit. I suppose you deserve the truth. Come and listen.
Why are you so difficult? Meet me at the ritual pool. This is where it all begins. Do you have to be so difficult? You've been growing hibiscus flowers all this time. You've been working all this time and you're pretending you're not working. You're pretending you only do knowledge when you've been growing flowers. And what? Just to hide the truth so no one's gonna attack you again? It's just so that no one's gonna attack them again. But anybody can grow hibiscus flowers. Hibiscus, we called these the Deathless Grace. We were gardeners then, tending to the gardens of Cilia Meadows and providing for the Queen's lands. It was our great honor to tend these flowers, and before long custom had it that only priests should care for them, the gifts of the gods. Oh, you know what, that's changed. An ancient statue abandoned and derelict. When we came to Enbesa, the Kashtan king gave us the great province of Wahadesha to farm, of which this island was only a fragment. Some priests embraced Kashtan culture, raising tall statues like this one, while others retired to the mountains and founded a temple, this temple. In the mountains we strove to grow the hibiscus again. We sowed and dug canals and piled our granary high with grain and flowers. We learned the flower secrets, we grew wise in the ways of mending and healing, and many came to us seeking cures for their ailments. Examine the wall of the old library.
The devil to pay.
Such was our reputation that one day an emissary from Keshta came to us. The king lay dying and offered to reward us if he could be saved from the grip of the Life Reaver. That event was described in the war you uncovered. We stood by his bed for 7 days and nights brewing and caring for him. And he lived. Grateful the king swore friendship to Kidusi and to Enbesa. Burn plots? I clicked the burn plots. Examine the burn... oh, this one. But we were deceived. The king coveted our knowledge and sent murderers in the night who slew many, burnt our temple, took the flowers and left the land barren. We were devastated. Nurturing the plants was the reason for our existence, but the king of Enbesa refused to risk angering the might of Keshta. We declined and we wilted. Right. We took our grief to ink and vellum. We wrote extensively all our knowledge and history, housed within a great library in the mountains. The old library you have excavated, but it did not last. The mad king Surya pillaged our lands, seeking immortality we did not have anymore. And once again, much was lost to fire. Alright, and now you're pretending you don't know anything to try to dissuade other people from pillaging you again. As the Mad King rampaged through Enbesa, slaying or displacing its people, we turned once again to writing, and we wove a new history for our land. As darkness came up on the memory of Enbesa, we wove a tapestry tale that restored our place at the heart of our nation, as wardens of the gods' intent. No, you were just farmers, farming hibiscus flowers.
This letter will lay everything out for the Emperor to see. May wisdom guide him.
Alright.
It is time we embraced our duty to the people of Enbesa, rather than our pride. We shall join the Emperor and serve the tenets of a renewed faith for the good of all.
Alright, so this is the good ending. Deliver The letter of Ketama. The letter to Ketama. Alright. I need to put this on the other boat.
Maintain bearing.
Well, that was complicated.
A letter from the High Priestess. I wonder what new deceit it brings. Long does it seem since she spoke an honest word.
And he knew too. He knew she was lying the whole time. The priestess thought she was hiding. But everybody knew. Everybody knew they were lying.
So all it took to make them see the beauty of change was the discovery of the remains of the past. The irony is precious, but their offer of unity is tempting. They will kneel and pledge to the Empire as long as they are allowed to grow the sacred hibiscus. A small favor I shall happily grant.
Right. I mean, that was their role to begin with.
Go to press.
That was their role to begin with, to
You
grow
have worked
hibiscus.
wonders on Kidusi.
Mission foul up.
Learning truth and tolerance, I have founded a temple here in Tabarim, so that we can learn to be more inclusive of individual belief for the greater good of the whole.
Oh, nice.
At last, our magnum opus is complete. I have had several copies made. Masterful craftsmanship, if I do say so myself.
Engaging engines.
Much lies ahead of us, but all things I can look to proudly, without shame or deceit. I thank you for this. Come find me in Kidusi when you have a moment.
Alright.
There it is. A final, exhaustive, comprehensive copy of the Chronicles of the Land of Lions. Shall we?
Sure.
This vase honors the memory of the greatest of our queens millennia ago. Upon it are the most ancient writings, which I had translated for you by way of thanks.
Nice.
These chronicles herald a new golden age, the Age of Lions, the triumph of Mbesa, and we, the architects of its splendor.
Alright, great.
Your own poets may soon sing the splendors of Mbesa.
We have a flight path.
Too long have our books remained unread and dust-laden. I have had them removed to the harbor so that all may consult them and grow in wisdom.
Okay.
Lone and level sands stretch far away. But what beyond the sands? Pale ruins and statues still stand. What king caught in the glory of his pride?
Alright, great, great, great. Everything's great. Everybody's talking to me. Alright, good. So I am gonna take a break here. We have united the 3 islands with Mbesa, and everybody's happy. We didn't have to kill anyone. Calico's rogues snare a merchant ship. Force.
Pressing engagement.
Reward discovered. We don't want the gold. We don't want the jewelry either. We don't need any of those. And all this time I've been forgetting about my soccer games.
Welcome to the most magnificent. Isabel Sarmiento never.
Yeah, more influence.
If she hadn't, I bet.
Okay, so let me take a break here. When we come back, we continue the Mbesa storyline. Alright, hey, this was interesting. See you next time.